We're going to be using Patreon submitted teams. This team is one that was submitted by Feels Bad 15094 on my most recent Patreon post asking for people to submit teams. Feels Bad is the person who just got done gifting a ton of subs, so I figured they might as well just cut the line a little bit and let's look at their team. And so this looks to be a VGC team because we see Protect on some of the Mons. And remember, using these teams, the reason we're using it is to help people learn a little bit more about their EV spreads, help people learn a little bit more about their matchups and how they should be piloting these teams. So if you guys have a team you want to submit or have me check out, you can check out the Patreon right there. Let's look at the team that submitted. Let's look at its EV spread in depth. And again, the pace bin for this team is right here. We're going to look at all this together. So first of all, we're using, he's using Leftovers Incineroar, which I actually do like. I really, really do like Leftovers Incineroar. You can see he has full attack, he has HP investment, defense investment, special D investment, all are on the board. Pretty decent. I would like to see a little bit of speed investment, but one thing you're going to notice while looking at a lot of these EV spreads, let's look at Cinderace next. Cinderace, it says full attack speed, but on the pace bin he sent me, that's not the pace bin. The pace bin said he had like a really, really weird EV spread. I'm happy to see they actually fixed it and went with like a full speed stat instead of like the 92 speed that he submitted. Let's check out Blastoise. Blastoise is a pretty decent EV spread. And they're all Gmaxes, which is really, really nice. So it looks like full special attack with 76. So you can see he's wasting a little bit of points there, like 76 and 80. You're going to be losing points in that. A lot of the EV spreads on this team, you're actually going to be wasting a lot of EVs. And I'm going to be talking about that when we get to other Pokemon, kind of like the... Actually, did he fix a lot of this stuff? Looks like he actually fixed a decent amount of it. No, the Rillaboom is wasting some points. So let's look at the Rillaboom. So Rillaboom has full attack, HP investment, specialty, speed investment. The Rillaboom set is 90 EVs in HP, which means you're wasting points right there. You actually only get points. So like every single Pokemon stat, the way you want to actually learn to EV train is your first 4 points actually do something. They'll give you a stat boost, right? An actual +1 stat. So like if you were to put 4 points in your speed, you'd go to 119. And after that, it's in increments of 8. So it's 4, 12, 20, 28, 36, 44, 52, 60, 68, 76, 84, 92. Do you see how like 90, you're wasting 6 points there. Like you could actually put those points in speed, which you should be doing to outspeed other Rillabooms, but you're wasting them. So you have 90 points in HP. You also have 90 points in speed. So that's 12 points. That's a whole 2 actual stat points that you're missing. And when I actually do finish this team, I'm probably going to send them on Patreon a fixed EV spread so they can tweak this stuff. But just so you know, like I said, it's 4, 12, 20, 28. It just goes in those increments of 8 after. The next Pokemon we're looking at is going to be the Magnezone, and the Magnezone EV spread is just special attack speed. I think full speed Magnezone is going to be kind of cool to use. I actually really like this Magnezone set as well. I'm actually super excited to just see the hard cast electric terrain. I can leave Magnezone and Cinderace and just hard cast an electric terrain so they can't put my stuff to sleep, and that's actually really, really cool. I like that a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The Sylveon had a little bit of a different spread as well. It was just full special attack speed, which I don't think was what was submitted. No, it was submitted. Okay, cool. I'm down to try like full speed Sylveon. It's been a hot minute since I've actually had to use that. So hopefully we have a lot of fun with this team. I think it's going to be a pretty good time. And I really like that it's like Gmax Cinderace, Gmax Rillaboom, Gmax Blastoise. I like that they're all like the Gmaxes, especially on the Cinderace, because like I don't want to actually have to change back to set like a max flare. That would be not great. Especially because it would clash with the Blastoise. So again, can't set max waterfall. So like I can actually not have that weather on the board and use both these Pokemon whenever I feel like it. Because Blastoise would get turned off if Cinderace set the sun, and Cinderace would get turned off if Blastoise set the rain. So it's really, really good team building so far. Last thing you want to check though is make sure they all have Dynamax candy. You always got to check on these rental teams. Dynamax candy all the way across the board. So it looks like we're good to go. We're good to go. People think like this team was sent to me as a hyper offensive team. Believe it or not, hyper offense doesn't just mean slapping like 6 fast things with full speed investment on and just going to town. You actually have to have a really, really deep understanding of the meta to play hyper offense, because at any moment you could just lose the game. You could lose the momentum, you could lose control of the board, and then you just lose. So you have to always create a board state that, helps each other out. So you need multiple fake outs. A good example of thing that you're doing right is having the electric terrain be able to be hard cast on the Magnezone. because that makes it so you can lead Magnezone and literally anything else and not have to worry about sleep leads. So like I could lead like Magnezone Blastoise and they could be like, cool, I'm gonna lead a Moongus, and you're like, I don't give a shit about your Moongus. I'm gonna set Cannonade and I'm gonna set the Electric Surge, and you're not gonna be able to do anything. So like, I think that that's like a really good idea. So let's see, what are we gonna do against this? Primarina, Sandygast, Magnezone. I do really like Rillaboom here. Rillaboom is also our sole fake out user, so we're gonna be leading Rillaboom. The problem with this is we're a little bit weak to Incin if we lead Rillaboom. So I think we're just gonna go like Rillaboom Blastoise to really punish him for trying to go for an Incineroar lead. Blastoise is also pretty good versus Cinderace. And against his Magnezone, I think we're gonna bring our Magnezone. And then we need one more Mon. I think that I'd like to bring Sylveon, but I think we're gonna bring the Cinderace just for potential to use like Sucker Punch. We'll try and get some wins. Cool looking squad for battling. I'm doing my best. We're using Patreon submitted teams. Let's actually send out the notifications. We actually haven't sent those out today. All right. Back to the battles. Let's go. So how do you think we're going to do this time, guys? How do you think we're going to do? I like Air Balloon. I think Air Balloon, normally I'm not a fan of the Air Balloon, and I think if you're ever going to use Air Balloon on any Pokemon, you want to use it as bait. Does that make sense? We've talked about this in previous formats, and it's what I like to call the, main tank strategy. If you've been a fan of the 2016 or 2019 formats, maybe you'll know how this works. You create something that your opponent says, not that they have to deal with it. Sometimes it can be something they have to deal with, but more often than not, it's something that they can deal with. You ever seen the little thing where like you dangle like a dog treat in front of like a dog and it chases the dog treat? The Air Balloon works kind of like that. Even if, like, let's say I were to lead Magnezone and Incineroar, right? Or let's say I led Rillaboom and Incineroar, right? Yeah, you can see my Rillaboom on the board. You're like, yeah, whatever, I could flare blitz that if I wanted. But I could fake out that Magnezone and it would pop its Air Balloon because Air Balloon announces itself when it gets sent out. And so it gives your opponent, like, a little bit of a flowchart to play for, right? And so you could carrot on a stick. That's the thing I was thinking about. And so you can just protect bait that. You can abuse the fact that they're going to try to pop the balloon because it's so tempting. All right, let's see. Incineroar Slowbro. I think you just want to go for a fake out into the Slowbro, and we're actually, I think we're actually just gonna Cannonade the Incin, because he's gonna fake out it, and we're faster than him, so we can actually deny his Trick Room and still get this Cannonade off. Yeah, EVs at 50 are different than EVs at 100. But yeah, I've done that a lot in the past. So you create situations like I used to lead with Rotom Sceptile a lot back in 2015, 2017, 2018, and they know that you're going to go Mega Sceptile. They know you're going to use Discharge Rotom, power up your Sceptile. You can just protect with Sceptile the first turn and fish for free Discharge paras. It's really, really nice. You know, nice fake out. You target the incorrect Mon, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll admit I didn't know Hyper Offense meant maintaining momentum and board control. Thought it was just big, fast offensive threats. Yeah, it's more about pinning your opponents to play a hyper offensive team. Is that Pasho Berry? Are you real? Oh, is that Pinchberry? We didn't KO. Are you real? Are you like actually real? It's actually good for us that he didn't get taken out, by the way. Because he's gonna take out, and so he's not able to like bring a Dynamax threat onto the board this turn. He'll take out in 2 turns. And this is another situation where like, let's see. Doesn't hidden hyper offense usually run traps? What do you mean by traps? Because they said that too. I don't know what you mean by traps. Because traps and pins are something that are completely different. I am going to go for this Grassy Glide, I think. I mean, he's going to get Trick 'em Up, right? I think Knock's a little bit better then. I don't really care about that Incineroar. I'll let him get Trick 'em Up, it's fine. Our team's slow too. Spikes, Poison Spikes? No. You don't run those. No, you don't. You do not run those. Safety Goggles. Pog. I'm actually happy that that's gone. You're thinking, like, you don't run hazards and doubles. You totally trick with me. Yep. I only have 1 turn on my max, but there is a cannonade ticking. So if I can deal with that Slowbro within the next couple turns, I'll be in a good spot. The fact that he doesn't have like a pinch berry or like something weird like the Incineroar did. The fact that the Incineroar had the pinch berry is actually what led me to use knockoff there. Actually, I would say that hyper offense in singles doesn't also require those, right? Hyper offensive singles focuses on pinning, right? So let's talk about a standard singles team just for a second, right? So like a standard singles team is not going to have a lot of sashes, not going to have a lot of scarfs. It's going to be a lot of defensive synergy. So because they're not going to have a lot of those things, if you're playing at like high-end ladder, maybe 1 out of every 20 games you might fight a team that has 2 sashes in it. I'll take the DC and continue what I'm talking about. He sounded his Magnezone. I think that's fine. I didn't even see if it had an air balloon. Whatever, we're just going to hit this thing because the game's over. But yeah, you don't actually need to set hazards in formats like that. So if you looked at a lot of our Let's Go content, we played a lot of hyper-aggressive content teams where we would like lead with stuff. And so like if you like look at the Let's Go content, a lot of the time I would lead with a Pokemon, like let's say, it's hard to even explain it, but I would lead with something. I would let them set rocks, let them do whatever, and I would just set up a Swords Dance, set up a whatever thing to sweep the game, right? And so there's a lot of situations where that's maintaining correct momentum and board state as opposed to like playing the longer game and setting up hazards and conditioning your opponents. We actually have very similar teams because of the Blastoise and the Cinderace. I do think Incineroar is okay here. Parting Shot, this is one of the few scenarios where Parting Shot's good versus like Lapras, like super good. He doesn't have any steel types, so Magnezone's a bit of a wash. Don't really want to bring Blastoise. Rillaboom's great. I think Rillaboom's really nice. I think I'm going to go like Rillaboom and Incineroar. Intimidating the Cinderace and the Machamp's really, really good. And we are actually going to Parting Shot the Lapras if we see it. And then I think I'm going to bring Cinderace. And then, is it Magnezone? I think Magnezone's okay here. Again, this is another situation where I really wish you had Sturdy Magnezone. Like, really, really, really wish you had Sturdy Magnezone. Or Yawn on your Sylveon. Is this a Patreon team, by the way? Yeah, it is. It is a Patreon team. So let's see how this goes. So let's see what they want to lead with. Post new team should be fun to use. Got me Master Ball. Yeah, it works. All right, so this is a really, really good lead for me. Like, this is probably one of the better leads I can actually pull off of this team. And that is the double Intimidate on their 2 physical attackers. That's, like, so important. I'm thinking about actually Dynamaxing the Rillaboom. Let me think about it. I could also just switch out if I had Blastoise defensively. But I didn't bring the Blastoise this game. What did I bring? I brought Magnezone and what? Cinderace of my own. Like, if this is where Incin had Fake Out, I'd be playing this game completely differently. I think I can actually just, like, max and get that. I think we're actually going to do it like this. I think we're actually just going to Fake Out the Machamp, as weird as that sounds, and I'm going to try and Parting Shot. And we might lose our, we might end up losing our Rillaboom for this. If he wants to max Cinderace, go for Airstream. That's fine. But at this way, we're guaranteeing not losing our Incineroar. He actually missed a Powerball. I'll take that all the way to the bank. I'll take that. And remember, he was already intimidated. Now he's at -2, which means now he's useless. Now he's, like, big useless. And we got a free switch. That value. I'm going to bring in our Cinderace, who's not intimidated. And so I don't know exactly what his Cinderace is doing here. But you can see what we're actually going to do to put pressure on this guy. Right now, his Incineroar is big useless. I'm going to ignore that thing for the rest of the game. So we're actually going to switch and get a third Intimidate into that Cinderace, and we're going to Airstream KO the Machamp. Do you see, like, the situation here? It didn't even matter to me if he actually killed the Rillaboom there. It didn't even matter because I was going to send the Incineroar right back out to get the third Intimidate, or the third attack drop. The team is right here. It's a team submitted by a Patreon. So those guys are big sad energy. I'm going to be wasting a turn of my max here, but it's not even a waste. I'm getting speed control. Also, it let me get my Incineroar ready to switch in, so I can actually Fake Out things next turn if I want to. So we're going to be able to KO the Machamp. His Cinderace is relatively useless, and then we're ready to Fake Out things. And so we're probably not going to be Fake Out next turn because he's probably going to be maxing whatever he sends out to replace the Machamp. and I don't think that I actually want to like take the time to like fake out a Cinderace that's at -3. But, you know, I could if I wanted to, and now I actually have the speed required to go for relatively safe parting shots if I want to, especially if I want to go for like a second Airstream. And if we get a parting shot up on the Lapras, there's not that much I can actually do. I could also even think about going like Max Nuck. Give my Incineroar an attack boost. Let's see what move he uses. Powerball, go for it, Chief. It's gonna do leftovers damage. I'm gonna be back at full. Leftovers plus Grassy Surge, yo, I'm back in action. That's value. Elithrat is the king. If Elithrat's here, he's the king leftovers Incineroar user. He used that thing so well in 2019 formats. Turtok. This is Blastoise. I'm okay with this. So, I almost want to say we should actually fake out a Blastoise to stop a Shell Smash. But I also want to say, like, we could probably just get away with taunting it to stop a Shell Smash. He's probably just going to be going for a Cannonade, though, right? Like, we could probably just nuke that thing. I'll roll the dice. Let's see how much damage we can get done. Let's see how much damage. He cannot, like, Shell Smash will not save him. He has to max it, right? And then from there, we're not going to be a fire type anymore in our Cinderace, so we're really, really good. You're respecting the team code. Oh, we're going to show the team code at the end of the stream. We already showed it. If you actually want to go back and look at the VOD right now, you can see the team code. We showed it like 3 times.
Yeah, that's right.
Is he going to max
That's
grab me?
right.
No. Thank you for the follow. It's a lot of damage. Incineroar's not going to be able to pick up the KO, but it is going to be able to outspeed, which is really important. And then if he KOs our Incineroar for some reason, we just bring out Real Boom in the game. High jump kick. You just go a regular high jump kick, yo. Good luck. Don't crit me. You're at -3. Like, I was gonna be like, don't you do it. It's a lot of damage. Lariat puts it within range for a lot of other stuff. Cannonade. Who you hitting? Okay. So we get to keep Incineroar. So Incineroar's actually, it's actually good to keep Incineroar here. Let me actually think. I'm thinking about not Airstreaming. I'm actually thinking about using like a Nuck into his Cinderace, but I don't know if that'll KO. What do you guys think? Ooh, wait, he's a fighting type over there. My Incineroar went before, so like I'm already faster. So since he's a fighting type right now, I can actually go for a Flare Blitz here, and I can Nuck this Blastoise. A little bit better. Yeah, I saw it. I fixed it. Yeah. What's this Incineroar Eevee Spur where we're outspeeding the Cinderace? Huh, I get it. Nuck. Let's go. Big Max Nuck. Please KO. Awesome. Big Incineroar energy. And like I said, I outsped him last turn. So hopefully I outspeed him again this turn, right? Hopefully no speed tie situations. Never lucky. Swear to goodness, man. I did outspeed him last turn, right? I did? It's okay. It's fine. Oh my gosh, he burned me. Yo, never lucky. That's a +1. And now he's a fire type? Like, my Incineroar outsped him last turn, I'm pretty sure. Oh well. Sucker Punch will still KO from here even though I'm burned. Could have swore I was faster. Yo, I was knocking these leftovers, but they're doing okay. Leftovers plus grassy terrain, I'm digging it. His max is down, so I think we're still in a great spot. Incineroar's fast. Can you rename him if you're not the OT? You actually can in Sword and Shield. You can do it once. Lapras, there it is. Good thing we had our Rillaboom in the back. Big Rillaboom in the back. This should still KO. Here, Rillaboom does clean up. Awesome. And we don't want to lose the Incineroar to the Cannonade, so we're just going to switch it out so we can like refake out. I think it's, I'm just going to bring the Magnezone, it's fine. I want to see how much damage Magnezone can actually do to it. And he's going to be able to, Cinderace is going to get KO'd here, so it doesn't really matter. Hydro, go for it. Yo, the raw Hydro on that Cinderace that was going down anyways. Who's the strongest poison hitter in the meta? Toxtricity. Toxtricity by far. Toxtricity is a wonderful Cinderace check at the moment. Yep. Alright, we don't even need to send out the Incineroar again. Send out the Rillaboom. Reset the terrain. That's why I didn't want to switch the Magnezone for... you didn't want to switch the Rillaboom instead of the Magnezone because the Grass Terrain was ending. So, restart. Now, I think, so you say the strongest poison hitter. Venusaurs are actually taking away their Sludge Bomb. They're not running Sludge Bomb anymore. Alright, so we're just going to go for the Rising Voltage. And just the Grassy Glide. We'll be able to take it out. No need to fake out. This is going to like one-shot, right? Almost. Good EV training. Probably just mostly HP defense. Yeah, I'll take it. And we'll take the win. So we actually played really well in that one. Team's working. We're learning. That's the point. So very similar team. I'm actually really liking the Colossal in this squad. How do I want to deal with Colossal though? This is another scenario where like Yam would be really, really nice. And I hate having to like have this as my fake out mon. Can I stop him from getting the Surf off? If it's Sash Pult, I can. Yeah. So we've read Cinderace Rillaboom almost every time. Not just because we have fake out, but also because like Rillaboom's a big priority user. So I think it's really, really nice. Get it really, really Rillaboom nice. And if he's gonna say like, well, that's you're trying to beat the Colossal Dragapult, but what if he eats Incineroar? Yeah, that would suck, right? Yep. That would be not great. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Then we have one more Mon. I think that you actually just want the Incineroar here, even though it's not the greatest. It's really, really good versus Pult, and it's a great check to both, you know, his Rillaboom and his Incineroar late game. Would you take off the Incin? I would definitely take off the Party Shot. I think Taunt is actually good on this Incin because it helps deal with Trick Room. Certain Trick Room. Certain. The reason why Incineroar is good against this team is because it doesn't take like that much fire damage. So let's actually see. It's a Water Urshifu. Water Urshifu. You say you hate Cinderace so much? What? Why? He's so cool. Hopefully it's not Sash Urshifu. We're gonna actually try and KO it. So we're gonna stop the Follow Me here and go for the big Cinderace. Try and get that Airstream up. I don't hate Cinderace. Is there a sound delay? Is there a sound delay? Hopefully there's not. Maybe I hope someone would tell me if there was a sound delay. There is a actual delay on the stream. Like there's a 8-second delay between Twitch. It's like on every stream, a wee bit. I don't know, what do you mean there's a sound delay? Don't make me paranoid. This might not KO, because he Dynamaxed, or sorry, G-Maxed it. I'm actually happier to see a G-Max than a not G-Max. I don't want him sending the weather on me. So you're good? Okay. So Fake Out's going to stop the Follow Me. If he flinches right here, that means you tried to follow me. That means you tried to follow me. Let's see if we get the KO. It's very slight. I haven't refreshed, but that could definitely just be me. Looks like we didn't get the KO. I didn't see how much damage he actually took. G-Max Rapid Flow. So we're going to be able to probably eat this. Small lip sync issue. I don't know. I don't think that... Let's see. It sucks because he could follow me away. Like, I think you actually have to high horsepower this guy. Yo, is that Odin 2501? Yo, dropping the big sub. The big sub. Holy moly, there's a follow me. Hopefully we can KO this thing. Please go away. That's a super aggressive Togus, by the way. He takes so much damage from our fake out. He should go down from this. Yep, and then like now that we're at +2 with our Rillaboom, we should be able to hit the Urshifu. I still think it was the right play to follow me there. Just because you want to stop the Grassy Glide. Imagine if Cinderace got fake out, how pog that would be. Ooh, almost. We almost got him. Alright, I'm going to see if there's a delay. I'm going to see it. Let's see if I can figure it out. I'm going to go to Twitch. And I'm going to turn on my like tester thingy. And we're going to see if it actually does. And I'm going to turn on my like tester thingy. And we're going to see. Alright, I should have talked this whole time. Actually does. I'm going to turn on my... Uh-oh. Like, it's like thingy. And we're going to see. Inception. Right. I should have talked this whole time. Actually does. Yeah, there's a delay. Uh-oh. It's like Inception. Right. I should have talked this whole time. Ah, and there's a sub. Hold on. Hold on. Uh-oh. Ah! It's like... Maybe not. I can't tell. I'm like getting auto-selected. Ah, and there's a sub. Get rid of it. Hide player. Pop out. No. Hide player. Alright. That was the echo thing, I know, right? Yo, Eeks! Is that Eeks? Yo, sorry, my guy. We're trying to figure out, like, an audio issue that people say that we keep having. I don't even know what this board state looks like. Thank you so much, though, for the big sub. Can we actually just, like, shout out Eeks? Let's shout out Eeks. Let's go. Alright, did we win yet? I'm not even looking at the board. Big Blastoise energy. That would have been better to send on Sin. Sure, it was a bad time to sub. Yo, it's okay. You say it's fixed? I didn't do anything, though. Alright, whatever. If you guys say it's fixed, I believe you. Is he really going to fake up my Rillaboom? No way. Probably is. It was never bad for me? That's so weird. It was never wonky. Alright, well then, if it's not weird, I want you to tell me if there's an audio delay right now. What's your favorite team right now? I don't think I have one. I use a different team pretty much every day. Everything's fine. Hey, you know what? If you guys say it's fine, I trust you. That's the worst thing ever when like a streamer is streaming and they're like, the audio's out of sync. It's like, what? How do I deal with that? Grassy audio, that's fine. That's golden. We take that. Alright, so we can totally Grassy Glide to finish off that Urshifu. I'm actually thinking about, like, if I even want to Flare Blitz the Rillaboom. Because I don't know if it KOs. I don't know the Incineroar EV spread. Let's actually check it out. The Incineroar EV spread. Actually, this is a full attack Incineroar. Holy pog. I'll go for it. I'll go for it. Let's go. Big FB, baby. It's like a 1/10 second away from when I can see. Not a disaster. I don't think I ran. Yeah, I'll take the win. I'll take the win, guys. But yeah, this was the team that we used today. It was Feels Bad 15094 as a Patreon team. And I liked it. The only things we were going to switch, I'm just going to review it, is I would put Fake Out on the Incin over Parting Shot. Cinderace was dope. Sylveon does not need Dazzling Gleam. I would take the leftovers from the Incin, put it on the Sylveon. The reason we didn't use Sylveon that much today was because it has Dazzling Gleam and Hyper Voice, which is definitely redundant. They do the same thing. You want to put Yawn there, make it a little bit bulkier. I can give you a Sylveon set if you would like. Again, you also want to put like a Citrus Berry or like a Pinch Berry, Figgy Berry on that Incineroar. Like the Rillaboom set, worked out great. Blastoise worked out great. I was actually pleasantly surprised how well the Blastoise worked when I actually got around using it. I might use like Scald or Muddy Water just because I don't like risking it all for a Hydro Pump. And if you already G-Max with something else, it means your Blastoise, once you use its default stab attack, it can miss. So like you might want to put Scald on there. Because also we didn't really get those big KOs with Cannonade. So it's not like we're going Hydro Pump to get the big KOs. Because we're not getting them anyways. We're not using a Helping Hand. We already have enough special attack to KO things after our Shell Smash. So like you might really want to cut that for like a Scald. And then the Magnezone, I think you want to keep that cool set. I like the set. I think it works great. I do think you want to put the Sturdy on it though. And then maybe like an Air Balloon. Maybe not the Air Balloon because like that would kind of clash with the like Rising Voltage Electric Train thing. So maybe not the Air Balloon, but like definitely put the Sturdy on there. I actually think like Magnezone, you could also think about putting like a safety goggles there to make it so like if they lead like Amoonguss or something, you don't have to think about the Amoonguss. But then you can also think about cutting the electric terrain. So a bunch of different things you can do with the team. I think Magnezone, you can even think about putting, what's another good Magnezone item? Like leftovers can go there too if you want to rock the sturdy, so you can switch it into like fake outs. It has protect already, so you can get that leftovers value. So there's a bunch of cool different things you can do. Hopefully you liked the team, and if you want any questions about EV spreads, I'll probably try and send you a like updated version of the team where I tweak the EV spreads, because there's a lot of EV spreads on this team that were, I guess, incorrect, where like they were wasting points. There was like 90 points in HP on the Rillaboom. There were 90 points in speed. Those both need to be 84 or like 92 or 96 or something like that. So we need to correctly allocate where your EVs are going on a couple of these mounts. But other than that, cool team. I liked it a lot, and I think we won a decent amount of games with it.